What would happen if you knew the future? You see 100 years of history all at once. The future, not the past. And now you know what would happen in the next 100 years. What would change on Earth during that time? Which countries would lead the world? And why wouldn't you want to live in California? There are so many possible outcomes. The number of people on Earth could keep growing. Technology would change over time. There could be no more diseases. The effects of climate change on people could get worse. But no one can know what will happen. Obviously, except for you. And you're about to see it all for yourself. 2025. By 2025, you'd see that India had passed China and become the world's most populous country. Its number of people would go up to more than 1.44 billion. You'd also see some of the effects of global warming that are still going on. During several months of the year, there would be no ice in the Arctic. Polar bears would have a hard time living on the melting ice sheets from July to November. And while the Earth was going through these big changes, we'd lose touch with the Voyager I, which was sending us news from space. Since its launch in 1977, this deep space probe has had a gold-plated disc with sounds and pictures from Earth on it. 2037. By the year 2030, there would be a little bit of good news. Malaria would be very close to being defeated. In 2017, about 216 million people got sick with the disease. But it would almost go away if insecticide-treated mosquito nets were used by a lot of people. But in California, things would change in a big way. Along the about 1,300 kilometers, 800 miles, long San Andreas Fault, there would be a big earthquake. The damage would be very bad. Thousands of people would die and be hurt, and billions of dollars would be lost. 2050. If you went to the year 2050, you'd find that many jobs have been done by robots. They would be in charge of the transportation, hospitals, and security. Your pay would drop. And most likely, there wouldn't be any traditional manufacturing jobs. On the plus side, research shows that a universal basic income could be used in many places around the world. Hopefully, you would also see a full switch from fossil fuels to carbon-neutral energy sources. Almost all of the world's electricity could come from wind or sun power. 2060. Even if everyone switched to green and renewable sources of energy, global warming wouldn't stop. And by the year 2060, temperatures around the world would have gone up by more than 3 degrees Celsius, 5.5 degrees Fahrenheit. If you lived near the coast, rising sea levels and strong storms would destroy your house. Most likely, New York City would build huge sea walls to protect itself from the frequent large floods. And that would cost a lot of money, hundreds of billions. 2068. If you fast forward a few years to 2068, you would see that people are getting faster thanks to better workouts, new technology implants, and devices that make muscles stronger. In the 100 meters, 328 feet, sprint, an impossible world record would be set. People could become bionic at this point. Your body could carry all kinds of nanotechnologies that check your health or do fun things, like make your skin glow in different patterns or colors. 2090. Before the 2090s, people would find different ways to eat proteins. Traditional meats like beef and pork would no longer be eaten. Their huge carbon footprint, which now makes up 14.5% of the world's greenhouse gases, would make them out of style. Instead, you'd eat meat that was grown in a lab or made from plants. But it wouldn't just be the livestock industries that would be in danger. By the year 2090, many languages would have died out. English and Mandarin would probably be in a race to be the two most common languages spoken all over the world. 2100. At the start of the next century, we might have the technology to control earthquakes and tsunamis. We'd know a lot about what's going on below the surface and be able to predict exactly where and when these things will happen. 2121. In the year 2121, you would reach the end of your trip through the future and be able to upload your mind to a computer. Congratulations, you're going to live forever. Now, come back to the present and help make some of those good things happen. If you could see the future, would you be able to change it? If you enjoyed watching and want to explore more like this with me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification to our channel before you go. Thank you so much for watching.